Hi guys, and welcome back to Marant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. So I had a question here on one of my videos. Here's a question from Mastalorian. Mastalorian says, and if you guys don't know who that is, that's a YouTuber that I've done an interview with, him and Tony De Niro, two guys that I don't trust. I'm just going to put it out there. And here's what they say. Marantz, can we get 1 week or even 1 day of just GME videos for the OG millionaires? And this is his way of telling me he doesn't want to see AMC on my thread. And I'll tell you something, Mass, you can't control the message. Because this right here, what you're commenting on, the video that I made about AMC losing $1 billion versus the goodwill that will be reported. So AMC will show $1 billion loss on the balance sheet soon enough. And you'll understand that if you understand how goodwill impairments work. It's going to be a dark day for AMC. But then you go here and you say this. Talking about the business model for the next 10 years, what is Ryan Cohen doing to revolutionize gaming? I didn't know Ryan Cohen had to revolutionize gaming. Are brick and mortar stores and physical stores still viable with digital, Amazon, and half the malls closing in the US by 2023? I need to know the statistics on this. I don't know why half the malls are closing in the US, but is it because GameStop's inside of them or are GameStop's standing outside of that? Are they in strip malls? I don't know. So I don't know where he gets his statistics from, but he's painting a very dark picture for GameStop. And he should, because he's against it. He's not with it. Trust me on this one. And then, why are we down 65% since June 2021? Do you think the revolving door with executives is proof of a solid plan for the future? Thank you. All right, so we'll break all that down for you. One, I think truthfully, you and Tony De Niro are the biggest pumpers of the failed stock and movement that is AMC. You always have been. I went onto your show respectfully to give you insight on GameStop. I told you then what I'm saying now. GameStop fundamentally is the best investment of your lifetime, but you don't want to make it. And now you want me to go ahead and make videos of just saying how great GameStop is and not what AMC is, what you promote and what you push to your people. But that's okay, Mass. I'm going to help you out. Why is GameStop not at all-time highs from 2021? Well, because they're called all-time highs. So if we were going to be in a recession and or a downfall right now, which what we're in, I love the price of GameStop. I like the fundamentals considering that they went flush just this past quarter. And then moving forward, what is the projections for the next 10 years? I don't know, $500 million in profit. That's the projection. I know you don't see it yet because you don't understand how to read a balance sheet, obviously, because you invest into AMC. But I'm telling you exactly what it is. And it's going to be that way. $100 million swing from quarter two. This is traditionally the weakest quarter for GameStop, and yet it was one of our strongest. Quarter three, you're going to show another $100 million swing, if not more. Quarter four, come get at me because we know what that is. Black Friday, Christmas, you name it. That's going to be another $100 million. So I'm going to go 100 million, 100 million, 100 million. I'm going to show you a T12 where they're in the positive, and you're going to see a great investment. But for all my OG, what the hell are you talking about? OG millionaires. You wouldn't know your asshole from your elbow, and I'm going to show you right now the video clips that I have from the interview that we did where I was telling you what it is. And don't worry, I'm going to pause them, I'm going to play them, and I'm going to let everybody see exactly who you and Tony De Niro are. And here, guys, I was in this interview here. I excused myself from it. They thanked me for my time, and now let's go ahead and watch.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with you, T. Yeah, that's why, like I've said to you in the past couple of weeks that, I have this inkling, back here that possibly that GME could be our secret weapon that really, we haven't. And that's why I really want to have Marantz on, right? I want to know, how much more clout right now is GME wielding on the market, as far as who's in a better position right now to trigger a short squeeze based off of news. And with AMC, it's got to do with profitability, right? There's a couple other things we could count on here and there. But this, GME, and that's why I wanted to understand it better, seems like it has multiple different things that would help it to do that. And if you combine them, God knows what could happen, Who knows? Shit could go haywire, and next thing you know, we're back at all-time highs, over $500, and it starts ripping, right?
We'll stop it there. So what you're saying is you want to know which one's going to squeeze first. You're a squeeze guy. You're here for the squeeze. That's it. You're not talking about 10-year plan, fundamental brick and mortar, asking those questions. I've already explained all of this every day for the last 3 years, how GameStop's going to play out. And guess what? It's playing out just like I said it. Absolutely to the T. Then when you go and look at what happened with AMC, don't worry, I called that one too. But you're over here talking to Tony De Niro. Let me tell you something about Tony. He's that smug. And if the guys don't know, I already exposed this too. This whole show here where they type to each other before they actually set up the questions for each other, it's all a script that Tony's playing out. And I've shown people the clips and how it all worked out. There's times where he tells them, please don't talk about AMC in the stream with Marantz here. Of course not. Of course you don't want to talk about it. Because you knew what it was then. But here, you want to know which one's going to squeeze so that you can get in? Which one has more clout? Which one's going to squeeze? I don't know. Go look at your failed ass stock at 70 cents. Next.
There's no doubt in my mind that Ryan Cohen could have the ace up his sleeve right now. And he is going to take down. He could be him himself. Whatever this thing possibly that he's working on, could take them down by himself, and take AMC with it. You know, I have no doubt that could happen.
So you think they can trigger a squeeze and they're going to take AMC with it? Like, what do you want to be saved from? Where do you think you're going? You're pumping private equity. You're pumping a failed company. You're pumping a failed CEO. And you have been since your channel started, the inception of it. And you tagged along with this guy where you tell him you love it. I love you, Tony. That's your famous last words to him as he left the stream. All right, man, I love you. I don't know about you.
Let's see.
One of the reasons when I started my channel, I started talking about AMC is because I felt like the amount of clickbait was so much more prevalent on AMC, and the amount of good DD channels that were out there on GameStop.
This guy just contributed to the clickbait. We know that part. And that there was so many good GameStop channels out there. There were none. DFV was gone. There were none, Tony. That's why I started. And yet, what do? You cover so many tickers that you can't be an expert on all of them, right? Just the ones that you want to push out to people. But that's why you avoid GameStop, because, it's just one too many tickers. That's why I have Marantz. I can ask Marantz the questions. Hey, I have you. You're an AMC guy. Do I go ask you AMC questions? Hell no. Do I watch you for AMC info? Hell no. I go do it myself. Your explanation makes zero sense about what you guys are saying. You guys are both saying that you guys made AMC channels because there were too many good GameStop channels. And then what do you say, Mass? Nah, I don't want to be stuck in no man's land. I don't want to talk about GameStop and AMC. You got to commit to one because the crowd's over here in AMC. I've said this plenty of times. But you said it this time.
We're already out there, like legit people who's going to come listen to me as a brand new channel talking about GameStop. I was literally, still am, a nobody, but
you got that right.
But there is a lot of good channels and a lot of good people like Marantz Rants covering GameStop. So I just never saw the need to become an expert on it. I go listen to other people when I want to learn something about GameStop.
Can you imagine this guy right here, Tony De Niro, claims that he has a position in GameStop. He's long GameStop because of Ryan Cohen. Yet when he wants to learn something about it, he goes and watches this channel. What the hell? Why wouldn't you do your own DD on your investment? Why are you relying on other people's assessment? Why? None of you guys are making assumptions about GameStop unless you're reading it yourself. I'm just reading the filing to you. But holy hell, this guy wants to tell you that he watches other people for his investment ideas. Here we go.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, we know you don't know.
Well, we had guys in the, Teddy Zane was trading it, so there were people talking about it that were in the AMC loop. So, we would, information would come in and out all the time, and we would bring it up here. And but to get Cosmic Lightning Warrior, yeah, see, Cosmic Lightning Warrior, I just watched him the other night, one of his GME videos, first time I've seen one, came up on my queue. Wow. It's weird because his video and Marantz came up the same day for GME in my queue, and I've never seen their channels before.
Just so we're clear, Cosmic and I have had our channels for a whole year talking about GameStop when I did this interview. I just want to make that very clear. And Cosmic came into the chat that day because he was coming from my channel, not theirs. He had no idea who these guys were. Like a lot of people in GameStop world.
You probably texted something about GameStop and then YouTube sniffed out your phone and let's.
Or they just used the listening device that's planted in my ceiling. It's a ceiling fan. Let's see. Marantz says, Master Leonard, are you going to buy more? Yeah. So me and Tony, when it went down to right under $90 a couple weeks ago, we talked about it and said, maybe we should do a video on GME because it's really cheap right now. And
Yeah, maybe you should do a video.
we know this is probably at least $150 stock. So the upside potential here is huge. But, we also have this we try to stay loyal to the brand that people joined our channels for. So
let me get this right. You try to stay loyal to the brand that people joined your channel for. And because you're pushing AMC, that's what you're staying loyal to. That just sounds like you're catering to the crowd and to the message. So you're refusing to even give out the truth and the facts about that investment, and or opposite, GameStop. You won't even buy GameStop? What the hell are you doing? What message are you bending for your viewers or for the clicks that you're going to get?
I kind of get caught in that damn no man's land in between GME and AMC. So we kind of let it slip by.
So it sounds like you guys, you and Tony De Niro, were creating division between the two because you don't want to talk about the two together. See, me, I'm total opposite. I talk about them together all the time. I say, hey guys, AMC, that's a terrible investment. GameStop, it's the best investment. Do you see it? That's what I've done. Oh, but you would never do that because if you told people that AMC was terrible, then you wouldn't have a following and you wouldn't have the views and you wouldn't have the clicks. You and Tony alike. Try doing it my way. Try doing it the hard way, Mass. So before we ever jump over to this question here, let's read it one more time for all the kids in the back. Marantz, can we go 1 week or even 1 day with just GameStop videos? Hey, Mass, can you, for all the OG millionaires, can you go 1 day or 1 week without making AMC videos? I doubt it. Certainly not the truth videos, right? I'm still waiting for you to do the videos about the truth. You haven't even done that either. Talking about the business model for the next 10 years. Why? You're looking just for a trigger. You're looking for a catalyst, looking for a squeeze. The business model for the next 10 years is brick and mortar, baby. And on brick and mortar, nuts to bolts, GameStop is kicking ass and taking names. That's what they're doing. That is Ryan Cohen. That is the rest of them. Questions like this, people like that, Mass DeLorean, Tony De Niro, they're not real. They're not real people. They're not about this movement. Let me tell you something, Mass. What's your first and last name? Where do you work? Who are your best friends? Are they in the chat? Are they following you on the channel? Do they watch you? Are your parents in the channel? Are your brother in the channel? Tell me. This is why I say it this way. I'm going to explain something to you that you have no earthly idea about YouTube. I am a real person. I've had people come to my job and take photos of me. I've had death threats on my family. I have a brother on the chat. I have my dad in the chat. I am a real person. None of you guys are real. None of you. You hide your girlfriends, your wives, your family, because the internet's a scary. No, it's not. I'm out here walking around with my chin up, telling you right now, it's GameStop. I put my fucking name behind it. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. And I'm going to keep making my videos all goddamn week. Peace, punk.